Listen on your phone with the SHAQFURADIO app or tune in on your computer at SHAQFURADIO.com.
And he about it like I'm about it.
Yeah,
we gonna take it to the head on whatever the fuck we doing.
Right.
You know, he nice to music, I'm nice to music, whatever.
SHAQFURADIO.com.
Hey, what it do? This is djlazyklive calling you on the pre-recorded line. SHAQFURADIO interview. How you doing?
That was good. How you doing, Lazy K? All good. Everything's everything. Yes.
What's going on? Where are you currently? Are you in CT?
Where? In Connecticut.
Connecticut in the house.
Having a lit summer. Y'all know what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
So we have a new video. Tell me about the new video from the new song that is in rotation right now.
We got the lit summer joint popping right now. We know that, summer almost over, so don't get that mistaken. At the end of the day, you can have a lit winter, you can have a lit fall, you can have a lit spring. It's just that right now we in the summer, so we having a lit summer. So, the video is out. You know what I mean? You know how we do. There's a dirty version and a clean version, so pick your poison. And we just turned up. We just turned all the way up. Got the motorcycles in there, the dirt bikes, the four-wheelers, the strippers. You know what I mean? Everything is everything.
So that's the definition of lit.
Super lit. That's all you're gonna see is everybody turned up. I figured why not, right? We in the summertime, man. It's nice outside. And that only lasts for but so long. Gotta get it when the getting is good. You know what I mean?
That's
so
good.
We having a lit summer.
That's good. So with that being said, how about we just jump on the song real quick so the listeners can get an idea of what we're talking about? How about you introducing the song?
Yeah, let's get it. We got right now lit summer. Big Wic, all your platforms. Download the joint. Get lit to it, man. DJ Lazy K, SHAQFURADIO, your boy Big Wic. Let's get it. Lit summer.
Let's go. Lit summer. Yeah.
There was some fire here.
Yo, lighters up.
Shit about to be a lit summer.
Lighters up. Oh, it's about to be It's about to be a lit summer.
Shit about to be a lit summer. Shit about to be a lit summer.
It's about to be a lit summer. These niggas better hide their bitches. My guys up in this nigga with a supply, getting high with riches. It's about to be a lit summer. After that, it be a lit winter. After that, it be a lit fall. Fuck it, y'all, I'm a lit nigga. Women getting they body tight. IG saying single now. She was a wifey to some nigga all winter. She wanna mingle now. Niggas getting they abs lit, dressed out with their Jews on them. Digging all in they stash, copping the new whips, popping the shoes on them. Lit summer cause it's hot at night. Licks coming to cop at night. Chickens wanting to hox and fight. Jail niggas, I got you tight. Flicks coming in the mail to you. You gon' see us in strip club. You gon' see us on a strip drum. You gon' see that we lit as fuck. It's about to be a lit summer. 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 It's about to be Yo, lit summer cause the freaks out. Young bitches gon' sneak out. Stomach showing, belly rings out with the tuck shorts and the cheeks out. Jail niggas gon' discharge. 10 years she waited for him. Fucked a few niggas on the side, but she lied and said she saved it for him. That nigga ain't stupid though. He knows she a stupid hoe. He just needed a ride and now he home. He about to use her though. I ain't gon' lie, I was the same. I ain't know how to act then. Still toting the strap like I'm in a trap like I was back then. Still jeweled down with all my splendor, feeling wild good. Is it a jail bid or is it now it's on second childhood? Whatever it is, I'm cool with it. If it ain't broke, don't fool with it. If it ain't coke, it ain't dope. So older niggas don't know what to do with it. Four-wheelers and dirt bikes, shorty nails and toes did. Thug niggas who work night on a strip like them hoes did. On a strip with the windows down, with the volume up and the L's lit. Shorty shotgunning, she a rider, she don't tell shit. My niggas get your paper up, IC's in a paper cup. Stay strapped but stay fly, stay iced out, stay tapered up. Stay cool in the AC, bottle water till it goes dark. It's about to be Noah's Ark with these hot chicks and these shows off. It's about to be a lit summer. Hey, it's about to be a lit summer. It's about to be a lit summer. Work, hey, it's about to be a lit summer. And if you ain't ready to turn up, then I'ma need y'all to turn around and get out.
It's about to be a lit summer. lit summer.
What time it is?
So,
Let's get it.
so now that we heard the song and we get a pretty much a vibe of where you coming from, tell us about yourself. Ooh, I work.
Next 286 out there, hey, ladies and gentlemen, for the audience, I ain't new to this, you know what I'm saying? I come from a long line of, people just like DJ Lazy K. We come from the back in the days, if y'all familiar with the DJ K Slays and all the way up. We come from that time of just putting in that work. At the end of the day, I went away for a quick minute. I come back to the streets. And this is like my first single out the gate. I have other materials, so I've been around for a minute. I got you can find all that out online if you just Google search Big Wic. But at the end of the day, in Connecticut, own a few businesses, and we been just dropping these albums. And mixtapes. The last album that dropped before this was called Lost Files, and that's featuring K Slay.
R.I.P. K Slay.
Right, we dropped that together.
Thank you for that drop.
Yeah, and you can find that anywhere. But right now, the new initiative is, we just did this lit summer joint, and I just got to throw a little hint out there for everybody. Trust me when I tell you, get ready for cheesecake.
Cheesecake?
You wondering what that is, huh? Yo, Lazy K, listen, you gonna hear it. You gonna hear it.
Okay.
It's the next joint.
Shall we play it or let's introduce another song real quick?
It ain't even. I shouldn't even say what I just said.
Okay, so we're gonna put that on the back burner real quick. We're gonna put that in the back.
Just throw it out there. Just throw it out there. Remember, I said that to y'all, and we'll be back.
We'll be back with that one. But in the meantime, in between time, do we have another song we can give him real quick before we get into the interview, into the detail? Let's play another joint.
Yeah, we play another joint.
He made sure we couldn't get a record deal. Fuck, man, shit is crazy, man.
DJ Lazy K.
Fuck it, why don't we just go back to doing what we do best?
I can't do that.
And we gon' send this one out to all them old school niggas. Hey, yo, intellect. Niggas I used to look up. Like my pops on the drums, baby. Niggas I used to look up to. I remember them days. Let's take it back. Yo, coming up as a little nigga, my pops playing drums, eating beans and rice, trying to make it out the slums. Kept on our game face, even though we was young. My mama and my papa made sure we wasn't dumb. I got a little older now, I'm playing with the beats. By 16 years old, I'm slanging in the streets. God damn, yeah, I know I had knowledge of self, but my mentality is, yo, I got to follow the wealth. Homie, the salary was good in the hood, now it's on. Rest in peace to all the hood legends that's gone. That's why I sing ghetto songs, to keep them calm. Don't worry, it's sunshine after the rainstorm. Come on, I was a kid in the 80s on the strip, listening to Big Daddy Kane and Q-Tip. You remember that shit? I remember that shit. You remember that shit? Yeah, I remember that shit. When a little youngin' in the 90s getting paid, that was like right after the federal raid. You remember that shit? I remember that shit, yo. Yup, I remember that shit. Growing up, I was heated. Walking till my sneakers had holes in the soles and my toes on the cement. Hand me down blocks of cheese. We burned the block down cause we didn't have an option. Please, I learned a lot around them OG niggas cause they cared. Cookouts in the hood, famous niggas was there. Church Street, South, the projects I was raised at. They say go in the house, that means somebody getting laid back. All the shit I've been through, how could you hate? How could you look at me and say he's not great? How could you pick up a mic and rep this state without acknowledging the God and kill the debate? Wicked the kingpin, homie. Used to battle on the block. Back then, everybody had flat tops. You remember that shit? I remember that shit. You remember that shit? Yeah, I remember that shit. Late 80s, early 90s, when all the dealers had motorcycles, dirt bikes, and four-wheelers. You remember that shit? I remember that shit. You remember that shit? I remember that shit. Nigga, the work we put in wasn't for nothing. Please shout out to all them real niggas struggling. I had to make a change in my life for the better. Whether it was hustling, music, or drugs, homie, whatever it takes, I got seeds to feed. So losing is not an option, can't see them bleed. I'm on a block in the rain, sleet, snow, sun, chopping the cane. Cause as long as my kid's happy, that'll doctor the pain. You heard? You heard? In the 80s on the strip, listening to Big Daddy Kane and Q-Tip. You remember that shit? Yeah, I remember that shit. You remember that shit? Yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah, little youngin' in the 90s getting paid. That was like right after the federal raid. Do you remember that shit? I remember that shit. You remember that shit? Yeah, I remember that shit. The niggas came down in helicopters.
Shout out to all them old school niggas, them kingpin niggas I used to look up to back in the days. Red, the motherfucking first drop on the Volvo, nigga dropped his own top. And that was the first time I saw it. All my nigga BVD floats.
Okay, see, I got Big Wic on the line. This is djlazyklive, and right now we talking that exclusive. How we say exclusive? The sneak peek from the streets, you know, from the streets to the booth, to the microphone. And with that being said, tell us about you. What made you start rapping, and what was your surroundings? And the last of all, what inspired you to do this, especially nowadays?
So, when I came up in the projects in Connecticut called the Jungle and Church Street South Housing Projects. I used to see the kingpins and all that around. They would have like Busta Rhymes and Big Daddy Kane and all these guys just walking through the project. And if anybody could remember, if you know, depending on what era you in, if you can remember an old Big Daddy Kane record called Set It Off. At the end of that song, he was like, shout out to Logie, Teely, and the whole posse from the Jungle. He was talking about my hood. Those are old OGs from my hood. He was talking about he used to come to the hood. So I used to see him, and then one day I saw the dude in the hood, and then the next day I seen him on Arsenio Hall. Everybody, if y'all know who Arsenio Hall is, so it messed me up. I said, oh, I got to, you know what I mean? I'm feeling that. So, long story short, fast forward, I've got in the streets, I grew up, I got a little older, blah, blah, blah. And then you have, for anybody that don't know, let me just put it out there, Big Wic is wicked. So if you heard Wicked on mixtapes on your back in the day or up in the day,
that was you.
That's Wicked. That's yeah, it's the same thing. It's just the name just got altered around a little bit, but it's all the same. So I had mixtapes called Code of the Street series, and a series of different DJs hosted those at the time. And now a lot from K Slade to Big Mike to just a couple of different DJs hosted. I did some features with some other artists like Raekwon from the Wu-Tang Clan, Papoose, and a few other guys. J.R. Radder, Dipset, all it, and then here we go, fast forward to right now. Right now is the wave. I've never been as focused and as driven as I am right now. What keeps me going, you ask?
Yeah, because what keeps you going? Because it seems like the industry is a little upside down right now. Everybody's a little bit all over the place, and there's a lot of music out, and a lot of people just doing their own thing. What separates you? What makes you want to keep, do this and stay as an entrepreneur and put out your own, like we said, put your money where your mouth is and make your own videos. So you're like a record label right now.
Yo, facts, man. I gotta honestly attribute this to two things, being driven. But one is when I see people like yourself, Lazy K, like I know you since I met you, and honestly I believe I met you through K Slay, rest in peace, brother. And I come out and I see you moving the way you move, and still I'm like, yo, this woman right here ain't no joke. So that's inspirational. You know what I mean? And then I gotta reflect on my brother, because I watch how he moved. K Slay, rest in peace. I remember when he was not who he ended up being. I remember him just being, putting out the double CDs back in the day.
Putting out word.
With Alpo hosting, and he was just on the block DJ.
Yeah.
And I watched him come up. Yeah, I watched him come up, and he said to me one day, I said, yo, it was a situation going on where he wasn't able to get certain artists he was looking for to be on his tapes. And I said, yo, man, you gotta have this. He said, no, I don't. He said, I get any artist I want. He said, I go to the streets and just get artists from the hood. I don't care. And he was like, I'm gonna put my tape out regardless. So I was like, yo, he ain't letting nothing stop him. Like, and he did that. If you can remember, he would go out and just put anybody on the streets out and make them into famous or whatever. So I said to myself, between that and the constant people that come to me and give me props for what they like that I'm doing, is where my inspiration comes from. It's like, it's an undying thing. I feel like I'm not finished. I know you get that feeling.
Yeah, man.
Like, you're not
like,
finished
I feel
yet.
like more gotta give. Yeah. But what, with that being said, what is the direction? Where is that you feel like it's next for you? Or how you want to accomplish that move where it's like, okay, I'm going to do this, and that, and then I can feel like I'm doing something. Or I'm doing what I'm supposed to. What is that? For those who's up in the game, they just started out fresh. They don't know our struggles and our do's and don'ts. What can you say for that next generation?
I would just say consistency is key. And at the end of the day, don't ever expect things to just be all sweet, like nothing, like no issues or no problems are never gonna happen. That comes with the game. You know what I mean? The downfalls and pitfalls come with the game. And once you be able to take that in and internalize, or, you know, believing that the downfalls and pitfalls come with the game, then everything will get easier, because you'll be expecting those things to happen. You'll be expecting to run out of money, or expecting to, you know, hit rock bottom at some point. You're expecting it, and I feel like that's not a it depends on what the situation is, but that's not a good thing. It's like if somebody show you love in the beginning, whether you deal with that person or not is one thing, but you want to always pick up the phone. And I hate to keep going back to this, but that would be like, I gotta reflect on K-Slave once again. When I went away and I did some time, when I went away, I couldn't believe that this brother would always answer his phone. That was real to me. Like one day I called him and he was in the studio with Shaq. And I said, yo, and I heard him say something to him. And I said, yo, you in the studio with Shaq? He said, yeah, and Rick Ross or something like that. He said, and I said, yo, why did you answer your phone? He said, 'cause you called, nigga. I said, oh, man.
So that's real. That's true to the game.
Yo, you don't find them like that no more, lady.
So let's switch it around. Say for those who don't do that. Say for those people who become somebody and they don't answer the phone. Why do you think they do that? They do that to show you like, oh, I don't need you no more, or they do that because, you know, they feel like they gotta show you they made it, and it's a certain personality that comes with that I don't agree with. But can you explain that to us or to me?
No, it's like you said, part of it is to show, like, you know, I don't need you anymore. But then the other part is they done lost themselves. They lost themselves. They don't even know at that point who they are no more. That's why they forgetting who you are, because they forgot who they was, because they think that they're this person that got glorified until reality hit them again and they hit rock. Because that's one thing that the people that do that, they have to be very, very careful. A lot of times they're not. And I hate that, you know, I won't even bring up Diddy's situation, but I'll just say that's an example right there. Because I know some people that dealt with bro like that, and like producers and things, and they had issues. And now this situation right here, it's like, okay, you was untouchable at one point, and now you're vulnerable. And I'm sure there's a whole lot of enlightenment going on in the head, right, in his head right now and all that. But that's just, you know, I ain't getting all into that, but that's just like an example of what you're talking about. When you get up high on the horse and you start forgetting about people and you start thinking you're all of this and all of that, and you got to remember that, you know, everybody has flaws at some point, and including yourself. So no matter how high of a pedestal you get on, you have a flaw too. And you forget about people, and guess what? If you fall, they're gonna forget about you. You're the same people. So I don't agree with it. I don't know why they do it.
SHAQFURADIO, Lazy K on the line, interview with Big Wic, Connecticut, stand up. Let's go.
Okay, I ain't wasting my time trying to give a motherfucker a platform that don't deserve one. You understand what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Niggas got to earn their ranks and to fuck with a nigga like me. So, you know, that's how I deal with the hate. Then you got motherfuckers that got low self-esteem.
Yeah, niggas don't believe in
themselves. You got a lot of sick motherfuckers out
Yeah.
there. So it's like, you know, a hater, you understand what I'm saying, could even be a nigga down with you. You don't even know that's hating. You understand what I'm saying? That hate shit is terrible. But how I deal with that shit is I take it like, yo, when you doing your thing, niggas gonna talk. If a motherfucker ain't talking, I mean, you doing something wrong.
Right.
So, you know, the nigga hating, let him keep hating. Fuck it. Because when the worst thing you can do is respond. Because now their name is coming out your mouth. So when the motherfucker keeps saying, no matter, I don't give a fuck, nigga can shit on this and that and the other, because now guess what?
What up?
Motherfucker that didn't know who I was, now he knows who I am. And then when you don't respond to them, you ain't putting nobody
Big
on
Wic,
that
Lazy K, we back.
Let's fall back. Lesser niggas on your level.
Let's give some shout outs to those who you respect and love real quick, for those listeners, you know. Let's shout it out. Let's listen some love out.
Yo, I'm sending love out to my man DJ White Rock and G Rock, the producer. You know, of course, you Lazy K, and opportunity. I give it to Shaquille for SHAQFURADIO for the opportunity. And you know, I don't know if you experienced this before, but my circle is very, very tight right now. Because, like, to go back on what you just said a minute ago, as far as people getting on and changing and this and that, it's all in the same category of just real and fake and phony around you. And I'm on a new thing right now where I really gotta examine my surroundings and be sure who I got around me. So my circle is very small. So I'll shout out my man AB Money, Easy Moby, and all those brothers. You know what I'm saying? And whoever else I could think of that I can't think of right now at the moment. But y'all know I got love for you, man. But I'm just trying to
where they can reach you.
Careful about who I shout. You know, what did you say now?
Where they can reach you. Shout out, let the people know where they can find you, where they can follow you, where they can listen to your music.
You can hit me on IG all the time, Instagram at official Big Wic, and that's the same for TikTok. It's official Big Wic. You know, those are like my main pages, and then if you wanna, you know, push music ENTLLC@gmail.com. You're trying to, you know, get in touch and get loopy or whatever, and you know, that's it, man. And I wanted to say one other thing.
Yes.
What I'm trying to do out here in this region, in New England, there's not one major artist out of this region. Not one. I think actually there is one. Coy Lorette. Shout out to Coy Lorette. She's out in the Boston area. But so I'm just trying to do what I started out doing with, you know, back in the day, and basically just galvanize this whole region and bring it to the forefront. You know, like the Atlantas, like the Chicagos, and the down in North Carolinas, and all those. You know, the same thing here. So this is the initial approach to that. And Lit Summer is the beginning, and we're gonna eat some cheesecake next. Let's get it.
Well, make sure you send me those waves, and if we forgot something, we'll be back. We'll do it again. And I appreciate you letting us giving us a little self-knowledge. And with that being said, anything else that you want to give out, you know, let the people know, and we're gonna step out of here and play some more music.
Y'all continue to have a lit summer. Yo, look, check the video, like it, you know, stream the joint, the music or whatever, and just look for Big Wic /Lit Summer on all platforms, and then get ready for that cheesecake, man. And give me about a month, I got it for you, trust me. And Lazy K, we signing off. SHAQFURADIO, Big Wic, let's get it, yo.